Hey everyone, this is Helena Hart, and I'm here with my friend and fellow coach, Anya Grace today. Welcome, Anya.
Hi, everyone. It's great to see you guys.
I'm so excited for this video. Anya and I have recorded a bunch of videos together, as you probably know if you've been on my channel for a while. But for those of you who aren't familiar with Anya, she is an amazing spiritual mentor and feminine energy coach who helps women really connect with their divine feminine energy to create the results they want, both in their love life and really in all areas of their life. So I'm so excited for this topic. We're going to be talking about the one thing you need to do every day to become super magnetic and irresistible to really all men everywhere, but especially if you have one particular man in mind. This is really going to help you draw him in and just make you super attractive to him and just to the whole world and to all of your desires. So Anya, let's jump in. What's the first thing you have to say about this topic today?
Love it. So the first thing I have to say, and Helena and I talk a lot about this, that in this coaching world, the self-improvement world that we are in, if you're watching this, most likely you know the power of really looking at yourself with a sense of reflection and asking yourself, okay, what's working and what's really not working? Like, how can I shift things in my life? Because we always have the power to do that. But a lot of what we see is there's this perspective of we need to fix things about us or change things that are, change through force. And what we really want to talk about today is how actually we are inherently perfect just exactly as we are now. And the more feminine way to evolve and expand is to rest more and more into that inherent value that we already are. So it's not as much about reading all those self-improvement books, writing a ton of, goals. I mean, goals are very powerful. I always set goals for myself, but we can arrive at these intentions from a feminine place that doesn't harm us along the way. So that's really, I think the first thing we really want to talk about, or I really would like to address, is when we're talking about this, it's not about looking at where you're at, looking at where you want to be, and seeing that there's something that you need to fix. And even just like charging it or, pushing through those days that you don't feel good and you don't want to wake up and exercise. Like, okay, well, let's just practice your mindset around how you feel about your body. That's actually a way more effective and powerful tool to use when you're also trying to activate your feminine energy. Does that make sense, Helena?
Beautiful. I have so much to say about all of that, as you know, and for everyone watching, if you're familiar with some of my feminine energy concepts and how that ties into this, I could just talk forever about this. We're going to try and keep this video short for you guys. We can tend to talk forever, but I wanted to mention, be sure to stay till the end because Anya is going to share a really, really powerful tool to help you tap into this part of you, this true feminine power that just makes you magnetic and irresistible to all of your desires, not just the man you want, but really everything you want in life. And I love what you said, Anya. This is something I don't even think we've talked about before. I can't believe that because we've talked about so many things. But, when I think about striving for more, striving for improvement, and let me know what you think about this too. I think it's in line with what you teach as well. But there's kind of like a lacking vibration in this. I need to strive for self-improvement. I'm here and I want to get over here is what you mentioned, right? And so when you take score of where you are, if where you are is not pleasing to you and doesn't make you feel good, it always points you in the wrong direction, like 100% of the time, right? And it can be so easy to do that. What I've really found, and I'm just like trying to feel my way through this and get the right words here, is you don't have to strive for self-improvement, not if you're doing things this way. Striving for self-improvement, it feels so masculine energy to me, where I think we can't stop expanding, right? We can't cease growing and expanding. It's one of the natural laws of the universe, just like the universe is expanding. We're constantly expanding, constantly evolving and knowing more about what we don't want and what we do want and all of these things. But are you keeping up with that expansion? So a lot of times it's like this work is realizing, it's the recognition that we've already expanded, we're already constantly expanding and growing and evolving, and now you want to get into this vibration where this expansion can be revealed to you in more and more and more ways. Kind of a feminine energy way of going about it. Like the hard work is done, what I want has already been created for me. Now I need to lean back and allow it in. allow that path to unfold before my feet and allow whatever it is I'm wanting to show up and come towards me, not trying to work hard, going out and trying to get it by manipulating or controlling the circumstances. Anya, does that land with you, or how do you think it?
No, I love that so much. I love that so much, because what you're talking about really is, it's like, yeah, I totally agree that when we are in that mindset of I need to improve myself, then we're basically saying I'm not good enough as I am right now, which is, it's not. When we're working to activate the feminine energy and heal ourselves and become truly empowered and connected to our value and our beauty, that is that magnetic power that the feminine can hold. It's so key to realize that there's nothing that you have to accomplish or create externally in your life to have what you want. And I always like to say, if we want something, we're worth it. If we desire something, we deserve it. That everything that we've already thought up in our mind is available to us right now. And what Helena is saying is so powerful, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. And that's why I think, what you're bringing forward, Helena, is so powerful. Is it's really key to not go out and try to conquer and accomplish that if you can be someone who learns how to activate whatever it is that you desire on the inner plane, it's simply a law that those energies will come toward you. So that is exactly what we're talking about today, is how to every single day basically align yourself with that energy of what you want. Because if you can shift that internally, then you don't have to do anything. I mean, of course we have to take action. We get to take action. It's fun, and it should feel creative, but not in that striving, pushing, forcing way, which we see so many people doing when they, decide they want something and it seems so far away from them.
Yeah. By the way, none of this was planned. We literally just hit record and started talking. So I hope this is resonating for everyone. Anya has a way of like bringing new things out of me that I've never talked about before. Just her energy is that way. And I imagine like your clients are like the luckiest people ever, because you're just like, your energy in and of itself is like so just transforming and opening and amazing. So yeah, this is so important. Something we've talked about a lot. For those of you who don't know, Anya and I have a program called the Feminine Empowerment System. And something we talk about in that program and some of the other videos we've done together is, if where you are is right here and where you want to be is over here, most people are feeling misaligned. They feel like they're not where they want to be. And so they jump in halfway and try to like make up the difference through action, right? That very masculine energy versus what we're suggesting. This is what we want all of you to do. Prepare yourself here. Go back to the core, the vibration that's unchallenged by some of these belief systems that are contradictory to what you desire, your belief systems and thought patterns that are working against you. You need to start at the foundation and the basis. So there comes over here. So there's no like getting here. I'm going to strive and push and shove my way to try to get what I want, because that might work for a little while, but it's not sustainable. It will never last. So you want to start way back at the foundation, prepare yourself here, align your energy and beliefs to what it is that you are desiring. And then what you want comes to you. It is just law. It's like gravity, literally. It's like natural law of the universe. When you do it correctly, right? Right, Anya?
Yeah, exactly. And what we'll do at the end of this video is an exercise to really help you let go of the clinging and move into the receiving. Because think about a clinging energy, like with dating and relationship, anytime we're clinging on to the idea of, okay, this needs to happen. I like this guy. I want this to work out for ABC reasons. And we just get fixated. We get fixed into this desired outcome. And anytime we're fixed, we're not in our feminine energy, because the feminine energy is continuously in movement and in fluid motion. So it's continuously responding to its environment from a place of power. It's not a disempowered place. So if when we're wanting to really bring in these energies to attract what it is that we want, I believe that exactly what Helena is saying, just aligning yourself in that energy. So one of the biggest tools that I use is to soften, like physically, emotionally, energetically soften. And we talk about how the essence of soft is part of the feminine energy, actually. And if we can soften our attachment to something, if we can just let go, we become instantly more powerful, instantly more empowered, confident, graceful. And the universe and the world around us begins to respond to that. So that's what we're really talking about when we're saying, okay, you know, like, I can, as I'm hearing us speak, I'm like, okay, well, what are people needing to hear? Like, how do we do this, right? So I think that's a big key, is just learning how to notice your attachments, notice where you find yourself contracting every day of your life. And maybe it's a certain situation around money, or a boyfriend, or your mom, or something that's going on in your life. If there's contraction around it, practice softening that, because the more you can bring a soft energy to that which is fixed, again, you will become more powerful and aligned with the energies that are required to attract that which you deserve.
Wow, beautiful. It's like when you said that, what I was feeling is like there's a little crack in your resistance. When you can soften a little bit, there's a little crack in that resistance that all these things can start to make their way to you, right? They're just like out there waiting for you to soften and open to it, rather than this clingy, constricting energy where, if you've ever tried that, especially in relationships, you know that doesn't work. If you're trying to cling to a man who's like halfway out the door, you know, often that will send him out the door completely. It's just the energy exchange. Works in relationships, works in all areas of your life. So Anya, and by the way, Anya has a really great free opportunity and gift for you all that she's going to talk about at the end. But would you like to jump into this exercise for everyone here to really become magnetic to what they're desiring?
Totally, totally. And as you were talking, it came down really quickly that I actually think that, and let me know what you think, Helena, I truly believe that when we are experiencing heartbreak, it's a moment in our life that we access a lot of power, a lot of feminine energy and power, because it's like when the heart is broken, it's also opened. And even though it's painful because we feel so much love. And so, you know, most likely you've experienced some level of heartbreak if you're watching this, because it's relationships is a lot of what we talk about here. And in that moment of heartbreak, if you can truly walk into the crack that's there and just sit there long enough to feel like how that happened, you literally will access all of your power in that moment, because love just pours in this soft, continuous, infinite energy of love is present and available for you to feel. So anyway, that just came to me. I remember this moment after I broke up with a guy I was so completely in love with. I was actually doing a yoga practice, and I came out of a back bend, and back bends are really powerful because they open your heart and they just allow you to be present here. And I came out of it, and it was just this, I felt the heartbreak so deeply, and I put my hands over my heart. And I, of course, was just crying in that moment, but it was like, as painful as it was, I was also feeling the equal amount of love and power that was present, and gratitude that even though I was losing this person, I'd also, open to something within myself that I didn't even have available before. So maybe you're watching this and you just went through a breakup, and my challenge is always to flip. There's a lot of flips that we do in this mindset work with the feminine energy, that it's in that moment that you are the most powerful. So anyway, I encourage you to really, next time that happens, even if it's a small thing in any contraction, is to just find that crack and sit with it long enough until you kind of expand into that energy. So we can go into the exercise, but if you want to say anything.
That was beautiful. Yeah. A lot of times it's like the way out of some emotion is like, you have to go into it and through it. It's almost like going down into a tunnel and walking through the tunnel. Yeah. The huge amount of power there, right? Because instead of stuffing your feelings down and trying to be more reasonable than that, or talk yourself out of them, you're going into them. And that's really where your true power is in your emotions, in that feminine energy as a woman, right? So yes, Anya, tell us a little bit about this exercise, and I'd love to just jump into it too. I'm really excited.
Yes. So this is all about building intimacy, like what Helena just said. When we can sit into those emotions and walk into the tunnels of pain and beauty, everything that comes to us, we expand our power, we expand our capacity, and we align with more positive energy in the universe. So this exercise is, I mean, it's just a simple breathing exercise, but really what it's doing is it's attuning the attention inward. So there's this external world that we spend most of our time in unless we're sleeping. But when we can consciously choose to go inward, like the body is its own whole universe. And if you, basically the one thing that I've done for the last 5 years, every single day, that I attribute all of my activated power to is this practice of tuning in and turning in. Because what happens is every time we focus our attention inward, our energy field, our body, which is magnetic, gets stronger and bigger, and we have this greater capacity. It also helps us to create that sense of softness. And when we feel into the softness, then we can again align with that energy that is what is needed to attract what you want, whether it be love, money, success, purpose, just clarity. All of those things come from when we sit with ourselves and settle and find that sense of peace long enough to, really let it come to us, like Helena's talked about so much. So this exercise, I want to preface it by saying that, yeah, I'm doing a free week, whole, I think 7 days, 5 or 7 days of free meditation and divine feminine, divine masculine activation. In right now, it's going to be 2019. You may be watching this in the future, but it's turning into a new year. So my resolution for the last 5 years has been to do this practice every single day for at least 30 seconds, a minute, if not longer. Of course, I try to do more. But the reason I'm doing it is I truly believe, especially for women, this is a life-changing, life-enhancing practice to implement. So bring your right hand, we'll just do just a moment, just literally like 2 minutes of this, 2 or 3 minutes of this. So bring your right hand over your heart and left palm up on your left knee. It might look opposite in the screen, but right hand, it doesn't really matter. You can switch it up too. Good. And then close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And take one more breath in. And this simple practice is to just notice the process of moving from the outer world to the inner world. You can just scan the body and feel how your energy is easier to sense. Maybe you feel all the energy of your day. And in this moment, you allow that energy to settle. If you're going through any sort of heartbreak or challenge or struggle, allow yourself to feel into the emotions and the experience of that emotional pain. And again, take a breath into that and let yourself settle. Let your attention rest on your heart for just another 30 seconds or so. Sense into the softness of your breath. As we sense into softness, we activate that energy. It can also activate a sense of gentleness, being gentle on yourself. Now we activate a sense of relaxation in the heart. Just letting go and leaning back, even physically in this moment, just lean back about an inch slightly and feel how that may help to relax the body. We activate a sense of ease. And then lastly, just again, feeling into the heart space, just feeling into the power that lies within your ability to love and to feel. And we activate compassion. Good. Take both your hands over your heart. Take a deep breath in. And then just bring your chin down towards your chest, towards your hands. And I like to do this as a act of reverence, of honor, honoring the feminine power within the heart space, and really honoring that energy and the power that has been suppressed and ignored and manipulated for so long. And this sense of bowing into that place is what helps us remember how powerful that feminine energy is within. Good. And then lift up your head. Good. So, what begins to happen is every day as you take 1 minute to 5 minutes to 30 minutes, however long you want, what begins to happen is you begin to activate a deep self worth and a deep value from within. And with that present, doubt begins to fade and trust takes its place. And then those energies of ease and um, softness and even patience and compassion, that is what takes place in the body and in the heart. And to bring it all around, that is what is needed to attract the love, the your purpose. It's all those things come to you when you learn how to shift that energy within.
That was a beautiful, and I'm just like feeling so just like zoned out and relaxed over here. I forgot how much I love doing videos with you, Anya. That was so powerful. Everyone, just rewind that part, those last couple minutes, and just do that every single day, every morning. I mean, didn't you say, Anya, once that your New Year's resolution was meditating every day, and how that completely changed everything in your life?
Yeah, exactly. I think I mentioned that just for a second here. That exactly. That's what I again, this New Year's, that's the only resolution I'm making. Because how many times have we said, I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. every day and work out and do abs and like, and it doesn't work out, or stick to a diet and it doesn't work out. And then when it doesn't work out, we beat ourselves up and then we become more dense rather than soft. So if you just choose to become, like, set your goal to become more soft, then all of those things that you're wanting, the body, the fitness, the health, the radiance, the relationships, those, I promise that those things will fall into place naturally and in a sustainable way. Because I used to control all of those aspects, trust me. Like I would literally write out like what I could eat and what I couldn't eat, and I would write out my workouts, and it was so contracted, and it was so rigid that I was blocking everything that was already available to me. Now I've stayed my same weight the last 3 years, and I haven't weighed myself. I don't own a scale, and we did a whole video on this a long time ago. But so that's just an example. Like, men and relationships, it's not something that is so painful anymore, because when we activate that sense of trust and value within ourselves, all of those things fall into place.
That is so beautiful. And I know we have so much more to say on this. I hope we can do some more videos on this specifically, because I know you have so much to say on this. And I know we're kind of like, our areas of expertise are in different areas when it comes to this. So I would love to talk some more about this. For those of you who, want like some meditations, Anya and I created the Feminine Empowerment System. There's 5 training videos and 5 corresponding meditations designed to activate one aspect of your feminine energy, each one, which would be experiencing the present moment, feeling, trusting, allowing, and receiving. So I'll include a link to that. It's still at the special sale price right now, so you can go check that out. And also, Anya, let everyone know about your, is it a 5-day, is it 5 days, 7 day? I know it's free, right?
7 days. And it's really, every energy center in the body corresponds to, well, I'm connecting it to these really powerful feminine and masculine energies. So the energy of being the container, which is connected to this first energy center at the base of our body that we'll be working on, that's critical to activate in order to really enhance your feminine energy. Because if you don't have a strong container and stable center to hold that energy, then you're going to be all over the place and not feel safe, even in your own body and your life. So it's just like a relationship. We want to be with a man and discern those who are not able to create that safety for us, because if we don't have that safety, we really can't be in our full power. So we can also do all this within our own body. And if I'm really excited about this because I've been thinking about it for a long time. But yeah, working with creating that stability, allowing creativity to flow, fluidity, personal willpower, but all connected to the divine masculine and feminine. So it's going to be really beautiful. And it's the beginning of this. It's going to be 7 days. So you can implement this at any time in your life, really.
I love that so much. I'm going to include a link to that and also our Feminine Empowerment System if you just want to get started with these meditations and activating different parts of your feminine energy right away. Both of those are in the description right below this video. This was amazing, Anya. Thank you so much again, and let's definitely do this again soon.